I still think your sister ought to be told.
No.
She's bound to find out. She'll be hurt.
She won't find out. She's busy, and it would make things difficult for both of us.
It's up to you. I shan't tell her, of course. How about the medicine and the pills?
Oh, plenty, plenty, plenty.
Now remember, no excitement.
There never is any excitement.
You oughtn't really to climb all those stairs to this room.
It was my nursery. I like to stand here and look down on the street.
Not my idea of a view. Just an ordinary busy street.
It's because it's so busy that I like it so much. It's so rich. Rich in all the things I've never had.
Why, Olivia, what things?
Oh, living. Just living. I feel as if I'd never been in the street. Just stood at the window watching. I sometimes think I've never had any life. No, I never will.
Go, Charlie.
Dick! Hey, Dick! Hello, Dick. Mum, he pulled a face at me.
What's that?
He pulled a face at me. He knows me, Mum.
You and your Tip Malone. Aeroplane crash. Read all about it. Hey, you, Lovejoy, leave Sparky alone.
Like them. I can't get them like this anywhere else, you know. This is a very gloves, Jim.
Lovejoy Mason, what you got there? Nothing. You have so. Show.
A little old packet of seeds.
They're mine. Thought you couldn't come out today. Thought you was too busy because your mum was coming. She is. Today. Tomorrow. She's coming tomorrow. She is. Well, where is your mum? She's touring. She's on the stage. She sings. She was at Blackpool last week. At least I think she was. Good. She is. She's with a show called The Blue Moon. I bet she is. She is in The Blue Moon. I don't believe you've got her, Mother. I don't believe you are.
Bridgie!
Shut up, Bridgie. My mum just happens to be away now. That's all. Give him a seat.
Stop your shenanigans, Lovejoy Mason, or I'll give you the back of me hand. Did you not hear me shouting myself blue in the face for you to bring Maura home? That tail be stewed to death. I've a good mind to warm your backside when we get in. And you be off too, Concetta, or your mother will be having hysterics wondering what's become of you.
What's for tea,
Well, there was kippers, followed by raspberry jam. That's if your father hasn't wolfed the lot. Come on home, raspberry.
I'll pay by check.
Yes, sir.
Italian things are extra, Cassie. Besides, he says it's a bargain.
Bargain. And all the money on table napkins and cloths and flowers. Flowers!
Well, it's because Vincent has got to be exclusive, Cassie. You know that's what George always says.
Exclusive. That means keeping people out. How's he going to run a restaurant like that?
Well, I don't know, but that's what he wants.
He's a fool.
Hush, Cassie. You don't understand him. A man like George, he...
I understand him, all right. Spending all Dan's money. The prices he pays. It's bad enough for the rest of us. I said to old Driscoll, I said, 1 4 a pound. I said, that's a bit stiff, isn't it? Things are going up every day. I said, you don't know where you are.
I hope it's all right, George. It's such a funny signature. Just manly.
And no initials. That'll bounce, that will. And you want quality people. Exclusive. Huh.
Yes. That's what I do want.
Miss Vincent! Miss Vincent! This letter.
Some people! You think she know enough not to interrupt when grown-ups are talking?
Hush, Cassie. It's from her mother. She's not coming.
I knew it.
She says they don't finish where they are till the 10th. And then they go on to Yarmouth for Easter. She says the time is too short for the fair. Well, Scarborough is a long way off.
Well, there's 2 bad debts for you, all in 5 minutes. The cheque and her. I always said you'd get landed with her.
Miss Vincent, I should only be half fair. Couldn't I go to Scarborough and see her, please?
Well, no, dearie. She's staying with a friend.
Friend in trousers. Wow! Did you see that?
I just don't understand her.
Cornflower, jump flower blue, hardy annual, height 2 feet. So in good garden earth during spring and early summer, covering seed 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep. Good garden earth.
What are you doing here? Answer me, what are you doing?
Looking?
Stop that at once.
What are those?
Antirrhinums.
I'm going to have a garden. I've got some seeds.
Better get busy then. It's nearly April.
Is April the time to sow?
March, April for most things.
Why?
Christmas time till round about February,
Yes.
the earth's like dead. Round about March, begins to move. April, it's moving. April's short month. Got to get after things. Get busy.
If you wanted to make a garden here, where would you do it, Mistress Bister?
Nowhere. Get a pot or a window box.
I'm going to have a real garden.
Ah. There's a trowel to it somewhere. I'll look for it. Let's have it this evening.
How much?
It's a nice little fork. Very handy.
It's very old.
It is, but strong.
One prong's bent.
Well, you can have it for 1 and 6. Same for the trowel. 2 and 9 the pair. Take it or leave it.
You wouldn't hire it?
No, I wouldn't. 1 and 3. 2 and 6 the 2.
£17 and 6, it's £3, 18 and 9. Less the wine, it's £3, 8 and 3.
Mr. Vincent?
Hmm?
Can you lend me 2 and 6?
2 and 6? I shall soon need to borrow 2 and 6 myself. Think of it. There are 9 million people in London, and I could give them a meal as good as they'd find anywhere. Look.
What's...
L'ossobuco alla Milanese.
What's that?
Veal stew.
You haven't got any veal. I know you haven't.
If we had a refrigerator, we'd have some veal.
What do you do if they ask for veal?
Well, I'd sit them down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd hand the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, I'm sorry, madam, the veal is all gone. But the cutlets are good. Very good.
Then I'll have cutlets.
Thank you, madam. Cutlets are quick, you see. And if you tell them something's all gone, they think you're popular. And that's very important. Oh. Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon.
I'm sorry, the veal is all gone, sir. But the cutlets are good. Very good.
Cutlets? No. Bring me a steak, my usual potatoes, and a bottle of the Pommard 47.
Yes, sir.
Follow the van and don't dilly-dally on the way. Off went the van with me own packed in it. I followed on with me old cocklin.
Miss Olivia, you didn't ought to push that window up. I've done it.
Like an old-time copper, you can't find your way home. My old man said follow the fan and don't dilly-dally on
You naughty girl, singing in the street. What do you think you're doing? Disgracing the lot of us. The idea of it. Come along. Singing, begging in the street.
Hello, Ollie. Who's that child singing?
Just a sparrow.
I've seen her before. People were throwing down money. They ought to know better. They really should.
Singing, begging in the streets, disgracing the lot of us.
You oughtn't to have loved her. You know better than that.
I know, but I do so want 2 and 6.
2 and 6pence?
No, 2 shillings. The lady I sang to gave me 6pence. Mrs. Vincent, couldn't you lend me 2 shillings?
The sauce mater, please, Emma, and the French beans.
Mrs. Vincent, you could put it on the bill.
I couldn't do that, dearie. I daren't. You see, your mother hasn't paid anything for over 2 months.
Not paid? Not paid? I tell you, Emma, you're a fool over this child. You'll be landed.
What do you want?
Grass.
Grass? You mean grass seed?
Yes. I bought a tram fruit and now I've got 1 5p over. Would I get enough for that?
How much do you want? You need about half an ounce. I think you'll get that for a few pennies. Keep the catch off it for a week or two. Give it a chance.
I know, I'm going to get a net. Mr. Vincent? Is it true what they say about cats? About cats and babies?
What do they say?
They say that a cat will suffocate a baby. That a cat would sit on a baby's face in a pram and suffocate it.
All nonsense.
Sure.
Quite sure.
You're late and you're dirty. Oh, come along, give us a hand with this mattress. Quickly. I've got some news for you.
What?
Your mother's coming after all.
When?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Now, come along. We want to do everything nice for her, don't we?
Can I have the yarn tonight to press my dress?
I expect so.
Do you think Mr. Vincent will let me have some old flowers from the restaurant? He did last time.
Well, you could ask him.
She buy me some new clothes. My shoes are hurting.
You're all tongue and no hands. Come along.
Wonder what colour her hair will be.
I tell you, they can be let down.
It's here as well.
Well, you'll have to manage.
But I look awful.
Doesn't matter how you look.
But you always said...
I know, but that's when you were with me.
When I was sweet.
Doesn't matter what you look like now. In a few years, it'll be different. Believe me, baby, I know about these things.
But you'll have to do something about my shoes. They hurt.
How about Plimsolls?
Plimsolls?
That'll be him. Now, you run down and bring him up.
Up here?
Yes, and don't make too much noise about it.
Hello, Francis.
Hello, Bertha. How are you?
Oh, this is my little girl, Lovejoy. You remember I told you about her?
Yes, but you didn't tell me she was quite so big. Been keeping a couple of years up your sleeve, haven't you?
Well, now, that's quite enough of that. Lovejoy, this is Colonel Baldock. You can call him Uncle Francis if you like.
Well, you all look very comfortable here. Got everything you need, anyway.
What'll you have, Francis? There's no scotch, I'm afraid, only beer. Oh, I think there's a drop of port left.
That's all right, Bertha. Always carry me out.
Well, I should keep some in the house. Give her the price of a bottle, Francis, and then she can run down to the off-licence.
Oh, right. Now, the best Scotch whiskey they've got in the house. Scotch, remember, and you can keep a shilling out of the change.
No, thank you. I don't want it.
Now, you buy yourself some ice cream. That's a good girl.
I don't like ice cream.
And buy yourself some sweets, then. Run along. And take your time.
Go on, dear. Do what Uncle Francis says.
What's that?
It's only me, Mum. Sorry I woke you.
What you doing?
Take me clothes down to the kitchen to dress.
Why?
I have to go to school.
Oh, you don't have to go to school, Ducky. Not now your mum's here. There's all that ironing to be done. Besides, I want my breakfast brought up. Come and sit down and talk to me. And tell me half what you've been doing. Has anything been happening?
Yes. Mum, I've got a garden.
Have you, ducks? Fancy.
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting.
I want to speak to you. It's time your guest was leaving.
Oh, he's just going. Honestly, he is.
And he's not coming back. I won't have him in the house again.
Oh, come on, George.
Mr. Vincent to you, if you don't mind.
Well, there's no harm. You know me.
I won't have him in the house again. You and I are going for one of our little walks this morning.
But it's not Sunday.
It's a holiday.
A holiday? Oh, good. I'll wake Mum.
Yeah, Lovejoy. Mrs. Vincent will wake your mother. I need to breathe a different air. Somewhere.
Exclusive. Elegant.
Elegant it shall be.
Now, she's smart. Really smart.
As plain as that?
Oh, that's not plain. That's style. You only have to look at her to see that she's a woman of taste. That's the kind of customer that I would like to have. Exclusive.
Cassie says exclusive means snob.
Cassie. Cassie is like most people. They want to drag you down. But don't you let them, Lovejoy. Not ever. Because if you do, they will.
Mr. Vincent? Is everybody unhappy?
Everybody. But that doesn't stop them from being happy.
Is that good garden earth?
I suppose it is. Good garden earth. Ah, now this is a garden.
The gardens in the square don't have stone edges.
The gardens in the square are ordinary gardens. This is Italian.
It's beautiful.
Oh, well, we must get back to the lunches.
Lunches? But you said it was a holiday.
A half holiday.
Walked a long way. Still, I enjoyed it. Hello, love.
She's gone. She had a telegram from her agent.
Where are they?
Brighton. She says it's a wonderful booking. She gave me £5.
I tell you what, we'll pop down and see her one weekend.
But George, that money has to go to pay the accounts. Driscoll says he won't wait any longer. £5 and she owes us 20.
Where you been?
Having his April bronchitis.
Now I've got a cold.
You leave him alone now.
Cold? Where are you going?
Ta. News.
I know about you, Lovejoy Merchant. I know what you've been doing. something you don't.
Blimey, what a cheek.
Oh, come on.
What you know?
Speak up. Tell us what you know. Tell Chip, not you. It's a girl on your bum side.
What? Don't be silly. No girl would dare.
There is Lovejoy Mason. She goes in and out. Seen her. She's there now.
She is? She is? Come on, boy.
There she is! Leave our garden alone! Hey, they're mine!
Now, get out.
You know what we do to girls that come in our land?
Shut up. I'm talking. Now get out and don't come back. After her, gang.
Who did you pay?
Just wait.
Did you get them at Dwight's?
Dwight's? These are Angelica Kaufman. At least they might be Angelica Kaufman. I'm almost certain they are, Emma. I saw them in a shop weeks ago. I got them for £20.
£20?
£5 down, the balance over 3 months.
George, what are they for?
We shall serve dessert on them. To very special clients.
George, we have no special clients. And there were all those bills. You were going to pay something on account.
But these are a bargain, Emma.
George, there's still £15 to pay on them.
Well, we can get the bank to increase our overdraft. Can't we?
No, George, you know we can't.
You're like a ghoul the way you look at me. Very well, then. You take them. Sell them. Or smash them.
Smash them?
You have smashed them. Don't you see, for me, they're smashed already.
What do you want?
I couldn't find a trowel, but I got an old shovel you can have. It's a stupid place to make a garden. It's silly to make it there.
But where else could I have made it? There isn't anywhere. Nowhere that boys don't spoil. It wasn't a very good garden. Not the kind I wanted, but...
What kind of garden did you want?
An Italian garden. I want a garden with stone. The vase in the middle and stone paths.
I know where.
Where?
Come on, I'll show you.
But we can't go there. It's a church.
It's all right. It's my church. Do you want a gardener, don't you? Come on, then. You want a stone? There's plenty of stone here. It's from the old church. One day they're going to build it new.
Mrs. Vincent says they never have enough money. The aeroplane's not half up yet. We make the garden here. We must edge the beds with stone, like this.
You do what you like. It's your garden, not mine.
We make a lawn here and flower beds here, between the stone edges and the grass. Help me.
Who do you think I am? I ain't going to make no sissy garden. I showed you where it was. What more do you want? All right, I'll help you, but just for a bit.
Come on then, help me clear this. You're late.
I had things to do with the boys.
But you're always with the boys.
For Pete's sake, all the days and days I spent working with you in your blasted garden.
It doesn't match. Tip, I don't think I like having my garden here anyway.
You don't like?
It's her.
Our lady?
She watches me. She's watching me all the time.
Don't be silly. So let's statue.
Her eyes move. Wherever I go, she watches.
Why should she?
She hates me.
You'd better tell me. Tell.
Well, remember, I told you I bought the trowel and the fork and the grass. Well, it was the money from the candle box in the chapel. I took it.
Well, I don't wonder. I don't wonder.
You done bad things yourself?
Not as bad as that. That's holy money.
What can I do? What can I do?
Tell Father Lambert.
Tell Father Lambert? What'll he do?
Forgive you. Give you a penance.
What's a penance?
Penance? It's a penance. Gives you something tough to do that makes it all right.
Very tough?
It'll have to be very tough for this.
You give me one.
Well, I don't know if it'll work.
Please.
All right. I'll give you a penance. You must put back all those tuppences.
Don't like that penance. Give me another.
The less you like it, the better it is.
But I haven't any tuppences.
Well, I'll help you with the money, but you must put it back yourself in candles. And you'll pay twice as much for each candle.
2.5 price.
You'll pay 4p each. And you'll light them one by one, each time you get a 4p. You're not to touch the garden till the penance is done. See? Now, no cheating. False for each candle, see?
You do it.
No, all you got to do is put the money in the box, then light the candles. Then you can go back to your place and pray. Then you can do your asking.
Asking what asking?
You can wish for anything you want. You can have a wish for each candle.
You stay, please.
No, I'm going down to the park.
There's still another shilling to get, and you won't get money in the park.
I'm not looking for money in the park. I'm playing cricket. Don't I ever get a day off?
I must say it's hardly what I imagined. But what I still don't understand is why it has to be you who decides.
Well, I'm more or less in charge of the trust, you see. My grandfather founded it. If we go ahead with this one, it'll be the 5th bomb church we've completely restored. Shall we take a look at it? What are you smiling at?
I can't quite get it into my head that I'm going to marry a trustee.
Trustees make very good husbands.
And please, Hail Mary, let me get that flipping shilling quickly.
See what he did? I gave her a shilling and she's... Do you think she's a little saint?
Little sinner, more likely.
That's quits. You owe me 3 things now. I haven't asked for each candle, mind. Now, don't let Mum come back yet, because I want to finish the garden so she can see it. And let the garden grow, and, send the lady and gent to Vincent's, 103 Catford Street. 103, mind.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Emma, they've come at last. The sort of people I've always wanted. Now get parsley and shallots and chop them fine, very fine, and warm some rolls. And this'll be all right. Pity that duck went bad. Ah, Lovejoy. Now go to Driscoll's and get fresh watercress. I know they're closed, but you knock on the door. Now run all the way. Off you go. Oh, and ½ a pound of strawberries. No, a pound of strawberries. On the bill.
George!
I'll take their order.
George?
Yeah, that boy's hanging about outside.
What?
That boy.
I can't see a boy now. Cassie, we've got special people. Exclusive, the upper 10.
I know, I saw the car, that's why I popped in.
Cassie, just look at that stole she's wearing.
Mink, pure mink.
Strawberries already? Oh, it's shameful. Do you know how much Driscoll's charging for these? 7 shillings a pound he must have paid for these.
7 and 6.
They're having the strawberries, Emma. Give me one of those Angelica Kaufman plates.
You mean two, George?
No, one. For her.
Won't he mind?
He'll be pleased. You'll see. Thank you, love.
You've been a heck of a time.
I've been busy. Why'd you have to bring him?
His mother's ill. We're looking after him.
Have you got enough children?
We got 6, all mind their own business.
Cool, you're cross.
Of course I'm cross. I've been waiting here nearly an hour. You coming out or not?
I'm busy. Got friends. Seen a car?
It's a whiz of a car.
Belongs to Charles.
Who the heck's Charles?
My friend. The one I was telling you about. He's the richest, handsomest man in London.
God.
Yes.
Suppose you like him, eh?
Of course.
Come on, Sparky.
See you tomorrow. Tip! Tip! Tomorrow!
Give it back.
Thanks. No tip.
No.
How about these?
Too late, I keep telling you. Too late to plant seeds.
That's what you've done with your penance.
Go on, get at me.
What can I plant then?
Seedlings. Like this.
It's got roots.
Yes. You buy 'em from the box. Then you transplant 'em. Carefully, mind. You've got to take care. Young plants are like babies. They need food and warmth and quiet and loving.
Loving? If you give me one, I'll love it.
You won't? You don't know how.
Please, Mistress Bister. I thought you wouldn't come.
I haven't come. Just collecting me tools. That's all. What's that thing?
It's a pansy.
God.
It is.
Oh, it's got its roots.
You have to plant it deep, very deep. Then it'll be all right. It'll have blue flowers. This one's a nasturtium, and that's Sweet William.
Anything else you can have?
Yes, a whole bed of first-class slap-up pansies.
How'd you get them? Steal them?
Well, you know. Sad as you work on Sir Dragonbone Cut, don't you?
What if I do?
Well, he gives you 2 and 6. You said so. Well, supposing you lent it to me.
All of it?
I need it all.
You're a gold digger.
Tip! Tip!
What?
Tip, there isn't enough earth in these beds.
Gimme. There's plenty more dirt underneath.
But we can't get through to it.
There's dirt everywhere. Under the church, under all the houses, everywhere. The whole world's made of dirt.
But we can't get through to it.
Stop crying. I'll get you earth.
Good garden earth?
All dirt's the same, isn't it? I'll get it from your old garden. That was good garden earth, wasn't it?
No,
What is good garden earth?
the square.
All right, I'll get it from the square.
You see, Admiral?
Yes, it's a mess, isn't it?
It's the street boys. It couldn't be anybody else.
Young scamps.
And look at that poor Rose. Oh, it's too bad.
But what could children want it for?
They sell the earth to the Muse people for window boxes. People shouldn't encourage it. If they want earth, they can buy it at the Army and Navy stores.
But how did they cart it away?
They ought to have a medal for persistence.
Olivia, it's not funny, and it must be stopped. We shall have to tell the police. Bates, I think you must sleep in the shed.
Those street gangs, you know, they're pretty tough.
I think I'm almost sure it's a little boy or girl.
Don't be so silly, Ollie. No little boy or girl could carry all that earth. Well, do you agree, Mr. Donaldson?
Oh, definitely.
Admiral?
Yes?
So, Bates, you must sleep in the shed.
Oh, it's magnificent. Isn't it beautiful, Emma?
I hope it's all right, George.
Of course it's all right. You've got to have faith in yourself. Wanting is the beginning of getting,
Then why don't people get things?
because they don't want hard enough.
We do.
Yes, you do. George, £145, 8 shillings.
It's hire purchase, Emma. We've got 18 months to pay in installments. Easy terms. It's really a very sensible way to buy things. Here, these have to be half filled with water.
Where you been? I waited for you the whole of Saturday and you never came.
I told you I work Saturdays on Sid's cart. Close your eyes. There. Well?
It's not enough.
Not enough? It's 2 and 6. What do you want?
Box of pansies.
A box? They cost 5p each. An old box will cost
10 and 6.
You can get 6 for 2 and 6.
I want a box.
Well, 4 Saturdays and you can have it. But you'll have to wait.
Flowers won't wait. It'll be too late then. You have to plant pansies now.
Then it's no use wanting them.
Wanting's the beginning of getting. How, Mary? I want 8 shillings, please.
You're not going to get it like that.
You said I could if I asked.
You have to pray for things for ages and ages. And then you don't always get them.
Why not?
Because God don't want you to have them, I suppose.
Which one's God?
You just don't know anything, do you?
Shut up or else.
All right, but I'm telling you, you won't get it.
I will.
It's hire purchase, Emma. We've got 18 months to pay in installments. Easy terms. It's really a very sensible way to buy things.
Thank you, Hal, Mary.
Get him round before 6, will you?
I'll do my best, sir. Well, little lady, what can I do for you?
Oh, and John, I forgot. Next Thursday I shall want some flowers. You better... Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, the little girl can wait.
No, go on. No favoritism.
Well, what do you want?
I want to hire purchase a box of pansies.
Hire purchase?
Yes, on the instalment plan. Easy terms.
She knows all the words.
I'll give you £half down and £half for 3 weeks and 6p at the end.
We don't sell plants that way.
Oh, yes, you do, if you get a guarantee.
Do you know this child?
No, I don't know her, but she'll pay up all right. I'll guarantee the installments.
Come on, I'll show the ones.
Come on.
Liz, look who's here.
The little saint.
Sinner.
They're coming again. The one day I didn't change all the tablecloths. That's you and your economy. Now, you please, we have a refrigerator, no more poultry going bad. There you are. Now, fresh linen on all the tables. And roses. And quickly, for we have lots to do.
Hello, still here? Would you like to come for a drive? Just round a street or two. Have you been in lots of cars?
I've been in a van. Twice. Is it real? Could I touch it? It's a rose.
It's a tiny standard rose.
Right.
And it even has a scent. And it's hardy, too.
Would it live in the garden?
Oh, yes. But it would have to be a very small garden.
Now, last time she had a red Kaufman plate. You get out a blue?
A blue one.
A blue.
Is it all right if we drop you off here?
Where'd you find it?
Charles gave it to me.
Wait a moment. Have you got a garden?
Yes. I've got pansies in it, and I thought they were pretty. Nothing like that.
Well, well, well. I suppose I can always get you another one, Liz. Here you are, then.
Thank you.
Afraid we'll have to be moving off now.
You'll take care of it, won't you? And you must transplant it. That means put it into another pot, a bigger one. Spread the roots out and press the earth down well. Do you know how?
Yes.
Where'd you get that? You stole it.
I didn't. I got it from Charles. They were here again, both of them. And they took me for a drive in the car. He lifted his hat to me, like I was a lady. And they gave it to me. You can touch it if you like.
You shouldn't take presents off of people you don't know.
But I do know Charles. I know him very well. Don't go, Tip! Tip, don't go away. I can't manage without you.
Honest? No kidding?
Cross my heart. You see, we must get more earth tonight. Why are you going all cross again?
I'm not cross.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
If you're not cross, you'll help me, Tip. Just one last bucket. For my rose. For our rose.
Is anything the matter?
It's a letter from her mother.
Oh, well, that's something. Lovejoy!
No, George, don't call her.
Why not?
Look at the stamp.
Canada. Hello, love.
Did you want something? I'm very busy.
No, dearie, no, it was nothing.
Look, will you go to Driscoll's for me? Buy 3 lemons. Here's a shilling.
Run along, dearie, do.
Are you tired, Mrs. Vincent?
Just a bit, dearie. Run along.
Good.
So that's why we hadn't heard from her. Canada. She's married.
Hmm?
She says not to try because we won't find her.
And Lovejoy?
She doesn't even mention her.
Oh, I'm sure she doesn't. Where are you going?
I'm going down to the police.
Police? Tonight?
I've got to find out where we stand, George. All that money and Lovejoy.
Oh, we're going to keep Lovejoy.
Yes, George.
I thought you was never coming. Why'd you have to bring him again?
I didn't bring him. He came. I can't help it, can I? He sleeps in my bed.
Wait, give Sparky a hand.
Does he need to come in? Yes, I do.
You know you can't lift the bucket by yourself.
You lift it.
I have to keep watch outside in case anybody comes. Now shut up and take hold of him.
Stop your sniffing, will you?
Hey, that's full enough.
Out of the way. It's in my eye. Shh, shh. He's from mud in my eye.
Never mind. Get on with it.
But I do mind.
Bring the bucket, will you? Help us, Sparky.
Push, cut. I am pushing. Useless brat. If you don't stop calling your names, I'll drop it.
Shut up, both of you. Feels as if you've got your blasted garden.
My eye hurts. It hurts.
Well, come out.
Wait. Go help me first. You help yourself. You know I can't. Try. I can't. I can't reach. Lovejoy. My eye hurts.
Where's Sparky?
Come in. Look at my eye. It hurts something awful.
Run! Lead the bucket! Run!
Run, Sparky! Faster!
Go on! Run! They've got Tim! Run! Sparky, they catch you too!
Run! Lead the bucket, you little fool! Run!
It wasn't only last night. There have been other times. They're obviously an organized gang of young thieves.
Thieves, is it? My boy's hands are clean, I'm telling you.
Yes?
Here's another one of them, sir. Said she belongs.
And does she belong?
No.
Yes.
Oh, what's your name?
Lovejoy Mason.
Lovejoy. Nobody could be called Lovejoy.
I am.
I've heard of you. You live with the Mr. and Mrs. Vincent, don't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Harris, send someone down to Catford Street, will you? See if Mrs. Vincent can come. Now then, what makes you say you weren't stealing?
It was dirt. You can't steal dirt. It's common.
It may be, but in London it's scarce and valuable.
I don't think you can steal earth. Anyway, it would have to be a private prosecution by all the freeholders, unless you own the square.
I shall charge the boy with assaulting Bates.
Only Mr. Bates can do that. Quite apart from the earth, did you attack this man carrying out his duty and wind him and kick him?
No, I didn't.
It was all my fault. I told him what to do, and he did it.
What do you say to that?
I don't take orders from girls.
Did he?
No, she wasn't in the gang. Girls can't be in gangs.
Can't be much of a gang with you in it, can it?
It is. It's worst gang for miles.
Shut up, Sparky.
Oh, Mr. Bates, do you wish to charge this boy with assaulting you?
Well, Bates, you are acting for the garden committee, remember?
I'll charge him.
Harris, get a statement from Mr. Bates, will you?
Can we come into the office, please? Yeah.
You're charged with assaulting Mr. Bates on the pavement of Mortimer Square. You needn't say anything if you don't want to. But if you do say anything, I shall take it down and tell it to the magistrates. Now, do you want to say anything? Now, Mr. Malone will have to appear at the juvenile court next Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Now you can take him home. And him.
Can't I be charged? Please, can't I?
You just get along home and behave yourself.
Well, I must go. I'm late already. Goodbye, Inspector. Olivia, wait until they've finished with Bates, and then take him home.
Oh, come on, now be a good girl and loosen your grip on him. Let him go, can't you?
No, I'll stay with him.
You've done enough harm now. Let him go.
Stay there now. It's you that's to blame for this, you dirty old hussy. And as for you, there's no name I wouldn't put on you. Now, you're after having a bad time, love. But you're coming home with me now. Will you let go of me, you little vixen?
Come on, Sparky.
Mr. and Mrs. Vincent are both out, sir.
Lovejoy, this is Woman Police Constable Mountford. She wants to talk to you.
I don't want her to talk to me. You say it, not her.
All right. But stay with me.
You stay too.
They want you alone.
Well, perhaps it would help if you would.
Yes.
Come here, dear. Now, Lovejoy, I want to talk to you about your mother. You see, your mother's gone away for longer than anyone expected. She forgot to leave an address with Mrs. Vincent. I wonder if there's anything you can tell us that would help us to find her. Have you anyone she might have gone to? Aunt? Uncle? No friends? No new friend?
Well, there was Uncle Francis, but he wasn't an uncle.
Uh-huh. And was Uncle Francis's name, Colonel Baldock?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Do you know where Colonel Baldock stayed when he was in London?
No.
I see.
Has Mrs. Vincent been landed with me?
I'm not waiting much longer. Tell them it's only the chance of giving her a piece of my mind that's keeping me here.
I'll fetch you just as soon as they're ready, ma'am. Would you follow me, please?
What happened, Angela? Angela. Mrs. Malone. But it must hurt horribly.
It doesn't hurt at all, and I don't want to talk about it. The case was defended. That means they called witnesses. You know, the court is informal, and I was quite close to her. When I said that Tip had an organized little gang of thieves, She
hit you?
I could have charged her, but...
Yes,
She had the sympathy of the court. I don't understand.
Oh, Angela. How awful for you.
They let him off, deliberately encouraging him. And the Admiral, one of the Garden Committee, had to stand up and say he'd recommend the boy for the Arethusa to be trained for the Navy. That young thief!
And the little girl?
We're admitting her to the Home of Compassion. And they asked me, to go and tell her, rather than do it in court when she was upset. I tell you, we're simply being used.
Why have they taken away the fridge?
It's because of the installments.
Can't you pay?
Don't be angry, George. I couldn't stop them.
I'm not angry.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening to everything?
It's simply a formality. I think you should call her in now.
Would you tell her, miss? I can't.
Yes, I'll tell her.
Lovejoy?
Hello, Lovejoy.
How's your poor eye?
Never mind about my eye. I've come to talk to you, Lovejoy.
Please, please. Even when I'm big, I'll work for you and give you all the money. Please, keep me, please. We can't, dearie. We can't.
Lovejoy, come here. Come here.
Go on.
You know, you're quite a fortunate little girl.
No.
Yes. I happen to be on the board of a very good home, a real home. The girls...
Is it like the Compassion Home with the railings?
Yes. As it happens, it is the Home of Compassion. How nice you should know about it. The children are beautifully taken care of.
Take care of myself.
They have such good food.
I hate good food.
And toys to play with.
I don't play with toys.
And a big playground of their own.
I play in the street!
So it's you, is it?
Please, can I see Tip?
Haven't you brought enough trouble on us without pestering us again?
Please, Mrs. Malone, they're sending me away.
May the saints be praised for that. Australia or the United States of America wouldn't be far enough for me.
Get in, you.
Tip!
Please, Mum. I must speak to her. Please, Mum.
You're having no word with that one, I'm telling you.
But, Mum, can't you see she's crying?
If she were to shed tears enough to drown herself, she'd never make up for the trouble she's caused. And now listen to me, Tip Malone, that one's no good. She was bred in the gutter and it's there she'll end. Heaven help her. Holy Mother of God, have you no sense at all?
But I must speak to her.
Have it your own way, then. Say what you have to say and let that be an end of it.
Not here, Mum. Private.
You have the heart twisted sideways in me never knowing what's going on in your mind.
Must be private. In our garden, Mum. Please. Just once.
Well, but not today.
When?
When?
Saturday. 2 o'clock for half an hour. No more, mind you. And you're to have Father Lambert with you all the time. He'll not let you out of his sight. And she's to have a grown-up, too.
She ain't got grown up. I'll get one.
Ellen said someone pushed this under the door. Looks like a child's handwriting.
Who? Oh, it's from the little girl.
Lovejoy?
Yes.
She wants you to act as a go-between.
Yes.
She...
I think it's a compliment.
You couldn't possibly handle it. I suppose I could fit it in, although I have a terribly busy day.
Thank you, Angela. But you're not asked. Mr. Vincent?
Yes. You've come for Lovejoy.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. I'd no idea there was a restaurant like this so near.
There won't be soon. Seems silly to lay it all, but...
I don't think it's silly at all.
And last week's roses.
It's a pity you can't keep her.
You know, they said I'm not in a position to have custody of a child. I couldn't argue with them. It's true. This time next week, we shan't even have a roof over our heads. It is true. I'm a failure.
Even if you have failed this time, you tried. And tried hard. And that's so much more than I've ever done. You make me feel ashamed.
Isn't it time we were going?
I suppose it is. It's all right, we shan't be late.
Let me find you somewhere to sit down. You look tired.
It all started with our money, the candle money.
And you didn't interfere?
Why should I? Tip had it in hand.
I've got news for you. Big news. I'm going to Arethusa. It's a training ship for the Navy.
Hope you enjoy it.
You bet. School's just like living in a ship. You wear bell buttons and all the rest of it. We may be given a display and a tattoo. And I'll be in it. You can come and watch.
Shan't be able to. I should be in a home.
When are you going?
Next week.
My mother says you can have fun in a home. You go to school like anybody else. You have lots of other kids to play with. And sometimes they give you ice cream.
Pansies are pretty.
Well, you might say something. I've been wanting to see you.
So have I you.
Well, say something.
I can't. What's the use? The pansies or anything. When I'm in a home, shan't be able to come to the garden.
Garden? That's all you think of ever. Even when I was caught. You and your garden. Well, there won't be no garden soon. Get that into your nut. No garden.
Why not?
They're gonna knock it down. They've got the money to build the church.
But the aeroplane's not up.
Just the same, they got it. People gave it a rose. They gave them the money.
Charles and Liz?
That's right. The builders are coming next week. First, they knocked the wall down. Squash, flat.
Who told you?
Father Lambert. They're going to bring a bulldozer. Go over the garden like that. The pansies, the pillar, and the rose.
Pansies, the pillar, and the rose?
Yes, and a lot of good it's been. All that sweat.
Bloody pigs!
Ooh.
Grown-ups! All grown-ups!
Right. I'll just run over the main points again.
Please.
A trust is to be set up to open a restaurant in the West End. I have all the details about that. The restaurant is to be managed by Mr. Vincent.
On condition.
On condition that he and his wife make a home for Lovejoy Mason, treating her as if she were their own child.
Yes. How soon can that be drawn up?
Oh, I think, considering...
That I haven't very long.
Go on. I think I can have it ready by tomorrow.
Morning.
Morning.
Yes.
I'll be here about 10.
Yes. That ought to be all right. But I was always ineffectual. Ellen would say I always missed the bus.
Not this time.
Please, God. Not this time.
Well, I'll say goodbye now, Miss Roberts. I'm anxious about my sister. But I should like to know how you get on.
I'm sure we shall get on well.
Goodbye, Lovejoy. Lovejoy.
Don't you have any flowers here?
Well, there's not much room with 30 little girls playing.
You could have window boxes.
They're rather expensive, you know.
But...
Lovejoy, you must remember what I told you. You must try to be grateful and not criticize.
But I can think.
You'd better think. Lovejoy, do you know why this is called the home of compassion? Compassion means pity. This is a home for children who are to be pitied because they are destitute, which means they have nothing, nothing at all.
Oh, but Miss...
I'm afraid, Miss Roberts, sometimes these things have to be said. Lovejoy is far too cocksure and independent.
This is our chapel. If ever you find things difficult or don't feel very happy, you can come in here.
But she was in our church. Same. The very same.
Well, not the very same. One like it. That statue was made in hundreds, I expect.
Same. Can I have a candle? I got tuppence.
I'm afraid we don't have candles here. That's for tea. Now, you stay here quietly, and I'll come and fetch you.
I got no candle, but here's tuppence.
Lovejoy, come along.
Hail Mary, Holy Mary, keep me cocky and independent.
Where do you think you're going? Who let you out?
I had to get out. They told me I must get my rose. Let me go.
I've got your rose.
Where? I can't keep it in that place. Will you have it for me, Tip?
Our kids would break it.
I know, Tip. I know.
It's fantastic. Olivia knew nothing at all of these people.
She evidently did.
She can't have been herself.
She was singularly clear. As Dr. Winchcliffe will tell you, he was there. Well, those were her wishes. I leave you to think it over.
Thank you, Mr. Dyson. I don't need to think it over. The whole thing's absurd.
As you see, she didn't live to sign it. Everything comes to you. That isn't binding. in that sense.
I'm sorry. I couldn't possibly.
Then if you won't agree to implement it, there's no point in my staying. No, don't bother. I'll see myself out. If I may just get my papers from the library.
It's you. But I thought that...
Please, will you give this to Miss Chesney, the Oliver one?
Miss Ollie?
Yes, she'll take care of it. Tell her it's got to be watered twice a week, and she must give it plant food, and look after it. Tell her that...
Just give it to her, please, miss. Come on, stupid. Can't you see she's crying?
But why?
How do I know? Something's happened. Thank you, miss. Come on. Take him back before they miss you.
Look, Miss Angela. Where did you get that? The little girl brought it. What little girl? That one. Lovejoy, miss. She brought it for Miss Olivia to look after. You'll have to do that now, Miss Angela. It's what Miss Ollie would have wished. Isn't it lovely? Every time you look at it, you'll be reminded of... Oh.